The 5 a.m. Secret, how 2 hours can rewrite your life. Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m. with massive plans, only to smash the snooze button and wake up at 8 feeling completely defeated? Maybe you've heard that successful people wake up early. Maybe you've even tried it yourself. But after a few days, the exhaustion sets in, you fall back into your old habits, and you tell yourself, I'm just not a morning person. But what if I told you that the first 2 hours of your day hold the power to completely rewrite your reality? What if your entire destiny is being decided while you are still wrapped in blankets? This is the story of a man who was trapped in a life going nowhere until 5 a.m. became his secret weapon. Stay with me until the end, because this might be the exact wake-up call you've been waiting for. The trap of hard work. Meet Thomas. Thomas was 32 years old, working a grueling, dead-end job at a textile warehouse. Every day, he punched in early and left late, completely drained. His salary barely kept the lights on in his tiny, cramped apartment. But more than the lack of money, Thomas suffered from a deep, suffocating feeling of being trapped. Every morning, as he rushed to his shift, he saw people leaving beautiful homes, heading to jobs they loved, and he would think, is this my life forever? Watching everyone else live their dreams while I just survive? Here is the truth that haunted Thomas. He wasn't lazy, he worked incredibly hard. But hard work alone wasn't changing his life. He was sprinting on a treadmill, burning all his energy just to stay in the exact same place. His breaking point came on a cold November morning. A phone call from his sister brought his world crashing down. Their mother had collapsed from exhaustion and stress. Standing outside the rural clinic later that night, looking at his mother's worn, tired hands, something inside Thomas finally snapped. It wasn't sadness, it was rage. Rage at his own helplessness. No more, he whispered into the dark. I don't care what it takes. I will find a way out. The encounter. On the bus ride back to the city at the crack of dawn, Thomas noticed a man sitting across from him. It was Mr. Chen, a highly successful local business owner. He was impeccably dressed, reading a book, and completely at peace. What shocked Thomas was the time. It was 5:30 a.m. Why was a millionaire on a public bus before the sun came up? Thomas gathered his courage and asked. Mr. Chen smiled. Because I wake up at 4:30 every morning. I use this time to read, think, and build my day before the rest of the world is even awake to distract me. Thomas explained his own miserable cycle, working all day, collapsing at night, and having zero energy to learn the skills he needed to escape his warehouse job. Mr. Chen leaned forward. Young man, let me tell you a secret. You are awake when the world demands your time, and you are asleep when you should be building your future. The hours between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. are magic. That is when you construct the life you want, while everyone else is still dreaming. He handed Thomas a card. If you are serious about changing your life, call me. I'll give you the blueprint, but only if you're serious. It requires a discipline most people simply do not have. The blueprint, the 5 a.m. system. The next day, Thomas called. Mr. Chen gave him a system that was brutally simple, but incredibly hard. Imagine your life is a house, Mr. Chen said. Right now, your house is falling apart because you never work on the foundation. 2 hours every morning, that's 14 hours a week, 730 hours a year. That is the equivalent of 3 extra months of pure, uninterrupted productivity that everyone else is wasting. Here was Mr. Chen's non-negotiable formula. Hour 1, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Build skills. You do not watch TV, you do not scroll social media. You spend 60 minutes learning a high-income skill. Thomas chose to study accounting and Excel through free YouTube tutorials. Hour 2, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Build mind and body. 30 minutes of physical exercise to build energy, followed by 30 minutes of planning your day or reading.
Mr. Chen left Thomas with strict rules. No snoozing, no skipping weekends. Be in bed by 9:30. The first week will be hell. Your body will hate you. Your mind will create 100 excuses to stay in bed. Push through. After 21 days, it becomes normal. After 90 days, it becomes who you are. The 90-day transformation. The next morning, the alarm screamed at 5 a.m. Thomas's entire body protested, but he remembered his mother in the hospital. He threw off the blankets. The first 2 weeks were pure agony. He sat at his kitchen table in the dark, eyes burning, struggling to focus on spreadsheet tutorials, but he didn't quit. By day 20, something shifted. He woke up at 4:58 a.m., 2 minutes before his alarm. He wasn't angry anymore. He felt ready. The quiet of the morning became his sanctuary. He was learning financial formulas, losing weight from his daily runs, and walking into his warehouse shift with a quiet, undeniable confidence. In his third month, he used his new skills to build an inventory tracking system for the warehouse. He handed it to his manager. The impact was immediate. On day 87 of his 5 a.m. journey, Thomas was called into the owner's office. They were expanding the accounting department and needed someone who understood the floor operations. They offered him a desk job with double his salary. 3 months ago, he was a hopeless laborer. Today, he was a professional. When he called Mr. Chen to share the news, the older man just smiled through the phone. "I knew you would do it. But remember, 5 a.m. isn't a strategy to get a job, it's your life now." Your challenge. My friend, Thomas's story proves one undeniable truth. The difference between where you are and where you want to be isn't just talent or luck. It's how you use the time when no one is watching. Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., there are no texts, no emails, no bosses, and no distractions. Your willpower is fully charged. This is when you do the work that changes your trajectory. Here is your challenge starting tonight. Set your alarm for exactly 5 a.m. Put your phone across the room so you have to physically stand up to turn it off. Pick one thing to build: a certification, a business idea, a new language, or a fitness goal. Commit to it for 90 days. Protect your evening. You cannot wake up early if you go to sleep late. Cut the late-night Netflix. Sleep is not your enemy. Wasted evenings are. You might not become a millionaire overnight, but if you do this for 90 days, you will become someone entirely different. Someone stronger, more disciplined, and vastly more capable. Thomas had no money, no degree, and no connections. You are watching this right now, which means you have internet, education, and opportunity. The only question is, will you use it? If you're ready to join the 5 a.m. club, hit the like button right now to lock in your commitment. Then go to the comments and tell me what exact skill or goal are you building tomorrow in your first hour. Subscribe to the channel for more strategies to rewrite your life. Your future self is waiting on the other side of that alarm clock. Don't make them wait another day.